Şimdi konuşamam. Okulu gidiyorum. Hayır. Okula gidiyorum. Hayır. Okulda. Hayır. Okuldan gidiyorum. Uf. Psst. Hey, do you often make mistakes when speaking Turkish, like this grammar and many more?
This video is just for you. I will talk about most common mistakes made by Turkish learners. If you are considered to be a master of Turkish language, you shouldn't make these mistakes first. I will give you some advice so that you don't make these mistakes anymore.
Also, I will give you very helpful resources, and I have collected the most common mistakes in this video under 5 main subjects.
You forget which suffix to use or have difficulty deciding which suffix to use. You are right, because this subject is the most difficult grammar subject in Turkish language. Case suffixes. In Turkish, hal ekleri or durum ekleri. Sometimes these suffixes can translate to English. For example, okula gidiyorum. I'm going to school. Ayşe'ye yemek yaptım. I cooked for Ayşe. Sinemada film izliyoruz. We are watching a movie at cinema. Anahtarlar masada. The keys are on the table. Çantam arabada. My bag is in the car. These are pretty easy to understand, but we have a problem. Why are you always making mistakes? Because the suffixes are mentioned are not always used in these meanings. Sometimes you cannot even translate your own language. So, the main thing you need to know is this. When we choose a suffix from ablative, locative, accusative, and dative case, we look at the verb and the context. We don't look at the object, we don't care what is the object, because the verb decides which case is better. Of course, we also have to check the object the suffix come after for vowel harmony, but I mean you should check the verb if you even don't know which case is correct, okay? We choose one of these cases in accordance with the verb. Therefore, which case is used with which verb? You need to work on this. For example, if I'm going to use the verb sev, which means to love, in the sentence, I should use accusative. I, u, ü, at the end of the object. Seni seviyorum. I love you. There is accusative case, end of the object, because of sevmek. The verb is sevmek, so I have to use accusative case, end of the object. My object is sen, which means you. I love who or I love what? I love you. Okay? If you are saying I'm still confused, let's look at the second example. I will use the verb nefret et, which means to hate. Then I have to use ablative case, dan or tan with the object, because my verb is nefret etmek. If there is nefret etmek, I have to use dan tan with the object. If you want to say I hate blah blah blah, you hate something, you have to use ablative case. Dan tan, end of the thing you hate, end of the object, okay? Example sentence here. Yılandan nefret ederim. Dan nefret ederim. Do you see? Senden nefret ediyorum. Senden nefret ediyorum. I hate you. Do you see? Dan nefret ediyorum. İşten nefret ediyorum. Do you see? Ten nefret ediyorum. So when you study Turkish verbs, you should study also their case suffixes. But don't forget, sometimes they can change in the context, okay? I know it's very difficult to find the correct suffix for all verbs one by one and memorize them. That's why I prepared a PDF about it for you. This PDF contains the most common Turkish verbs and suffixes used with them. I recommend that you write them one by one and use them in the sentence. I can even check it if you write your example sentence below, and you can find the PDF link below the video. How can I say my bags in Turkish? Is it çantalarım or çantamlar? Which one is right? my bags. There are more than one bag. So I have to use plural suffix. Lar. Çantalar is right. How can I say my pencils in Turkish? Is it kalemlerim or kalemimler? There are more than one pencil. I have to use plural suffix ler. Kalemler im. Kalemlerim. Right. I know many of you sometimes make this mistake. Sometimes you cannot decide which suffix should come before and which suffix should come after. Note that lar, plural suffix coming before the possessive suffix. For example, kalemlerim, kalemlerin, kalemleri, kalemlerimiz, kalemleriniz. That's for plural you. And kalemleri. Lar is first. Alright, question to you. Amca is uncle. Is it amcamlar or amcalarım? Which one is right? If you check the rule, you'll say amcalarımlar before. But I'll say the both are the correct, guys. Both are the meaningful. But what is the difference between them? If you follow the rule I told you about, amcalarımlar before, it means my uncles. So I have more than one uncle. I'm talking about them, okay? What about amcamlar? If the possessive coming first and the plural suffix lar is coming after, it means you are talking about that person and that person's close circle. Amcamlar. It doesn't mean more than one uncle or uncles. I can say amcamlar when I'm talking about my uncle and my uncle's family. My students confused and sometimes they say hocamlar and sometimes they say hocalarım. Now you try to find difference between these two words and share with me in the comments. This is one of the most common mistakes. There are two ways to make a question sentence in Turkish language, but most of Turkish learners make mistakes by using these two methods in one sentence. But Turkish people only use the first or the second method in one sentence. The first method is to using question phrases. For example, kim, ne, nere, ne zaman, niçin, neden, nasıl, hangi, kaç, kaçıncı. Let's make question sentence by using question phrases. Kim zile basıyor? Kim zile basıyor? Who is ringing the bell? Pazardan ne aldın? Pazardan ne aldın? What did you buy from the market? The second method is using mı, mi, mu, mü at the end of the verb. Marketten elma aldın mı? Marketten elma aldın mı? Did you buy apples from the market? You shouldn't use both of them in one sentence. One more thing I should say about mı, mi, mu, mü. Don't forget that you can use mı, mi, mu, mü right after any word in the sentence you want to emphasize. This will make your speech more like a native speaker. For example, pazardan elma aldın mı? Mı is end of the verb here. Did you buy apples from the market? Here is I'm specifically asking if you bought it or not. Pazardan elma mı aldın? Mı is coming right after elma. Was it apple you bought from the market? I'm specifically asking if you bought apple or not. Pazardan mı elma aldın? Mı is coming right after pazar. Was it the market where you bought apples? I'm specifically asking if you bought it from market or not. Many Turkish words are used as both nouns and verbs. That sounds great. For example, boya, to make it verb. Boya again. Kuru, kuru. Eski, eski. Some students think like that.
Work is iş in Turkish. So working is işmek in Turkish.
And you make sentence like this. Şu an meşgulüm, işiyorum. İşiyorum means I'm peeing. İş, which means work, is a noun. And çalışmak, which means working, is verb in Turkish.
You can say şu an meşgulüm, çalışıyorum.
Another example, yalan, which means lie, as a noun.
So yalanmak is verb to say to lie.
No, if you say yalanıyorum, you don't mean I'm lying. You mean I'm licking myself or someone is licking me. Sometimes we make verbs like that example. To make yalan into a verb, we have to use it with helping verb. Söylemek. Yalan is noun. Yalan söylemek is verb. Yalan söylüyorsun. Bana yalan söyleme. I've heard this before too. Bana küfürdü. There is no word like this in Turkish. Küfürmek. Küfür just can be a noun in the sentence. And to make it verb, you should use helping verb with it. Etmek. Küfür, noun. And küfür etmek is verb. Bana küfürdü. It's wrong. Bana küfür etti. It's right. So if you want to speak like a native speaker, don't forget helping verbs. Yardımcı fiiller. Just like dua, dua etmek. Deli, deli etmek. Dans, dans etmek. I'm sharing the list of verbs used together with helping verbs like etmek, kılmak, yapmak below. Don't forget to download it and write in your notebook. There are a few points about this mistake. Firstly, don't use lar with numbers. That makes perfect sense.
We don't say 4 elmalar. We say 4 elma. We don't say 2 kalemler. We say just 2 kalem.
The second point is there are some adjectives and question phrases that have already plural meaning.
We drop lar. If there are these adjectives. Hiçbir, birkaç, herhangi, çoğu, biraz, birçok, bir sürü, kaç tane, kaç, ne kadar? We don't say birkaç elmalar. We just say birkaç elma. We don't say kaç tane kalemler. We say kaç tane kalem.
The third point is there are some exception words, which means istisna in Turkish.
Don't forget you should use lar if there are these adjectives. Bazı, bütün, tüm, kimi, bir takım.
Don't forget we use them with plural suffix. It is not bazı öğretmen. It is bazı öğretmenler, which means some teachers. It is not bütün dil. It is bütün diller, which means all languages. The fourth point and the last mistake. Saat, which means watch or clock, and hayal, which means dream. Let's make them plural. It is not saatlar. It is not hayallar. It is saatler, hayaller. Emine, where did Turkish vowel harmony go? Guys, cause these are special words. Yes, we have some special words. Why do you call them special words? Because these were transferred to Turkish from other languages like Arabic, French, English. These words don't follow Turkish vowel harmony because they are borrowed words coming from another language. So we don't check vowel harmony here for these some borrowed words. Okay, I got it, but why some special words? Because we don't pronounce saat. We pronounce it saat, softer. We don't say hayal. We pronounce softer, hayal. So don't use lar. Use lar here because lar sounds softer. Here are most common borrowed words that don't follow Turkish vowel harmony. You can write them if you still don't know these, and let's pronounce them together. Saatler, hayaller, semboller, roller, alkoller, kalpler, harfler, seyahatler. Here I end the part 1 video of the most common mistakes in Turkish. We will continue on the same topic in my future videos. I will share them with you as part 2, part 3, part 4. In fact, if I shared other videos when you are watching this video, its link should be below. See you in part 2. Take care.